all this energy was for Freedom, Georgia. These people don't want to live next to white people, but the second we make our own communities, then it's hate. Black-only schools are okay, apparently. Black-only neighborhoods is progress. Black-only events is culture. But the second it's white-only anything, these people just want to run, cancel it, burn it down.
What's going on, family, and welcome on another episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you're here for the very first time, I see you, appreciate you. Thank you so much for clicking on this video as well. Please take a second to click on the like button so others get to see this video. The reason why woman's video take opinion, I'll call it, going viral right now because she is calling black people. She said black people are hypocritical. She said she's calling out the hypocrisy in black community because how are they okay, Freedom, Georgia, and they are upset about the white-only town that is currently being built in Arkansas. If you don't know, there is a white-only town being built in Arkansas, and I think they are expanding to Missouri as well. So she said black people are pissed about this whole idea, they are angry about this whole idea, but they are okay with Freedom, Georgia, that the hypocrisy of it all. And to be honest, this comparison does not just fall flat, it literally crumbles, shatters under the truck. But first of all, I want you guys to listen to this woman's video and as well what people are saying about our video before we come back and talk about it, because in our video, she was saying it as if black people needed their own community for fun and not because they wanted to escape. Let's get into it and then we will come back and talk about it.
Ever notice that when black people build an all-black neighborhood, it's called empowerment? But when white people build an all-white neighborhood, all of a sudden they're the triple K. You want to move away from white people because it's healing, but when we do the same thing, all of a sudden it's a problem. Sounds like the real problem isn't segregation. It's the fact that you're not the one controlling it. Y'all don't want equality, y'all want reverse Jim Crow. So when white people move in, it's gentrification. When they move out, it's called white flight. Wonder where all this energy was for Freedom, Georgia. These people don't want to live next to white people, but the second we make our own communities, then it's hate. Black-only schools are okay, apparently. Black-only neighborhoods is progress. Black-only events is culture. But the second it's white-only anything, these people just want to run, cancel it, burn it down. So segregation is only fine when you invent it? Yeah, it doesn't look like they hate racism. Looks like they just hate not being the ones in control. White people are only the devil until you need clean streets and tax-funded schools. They say that they want inclusion, but every single time that we make something for ourselves, they swarm like flies. And let's be so for real, if white people vanished tomorrow, you wouldn't have anybody else to blame. No one else to beg, just you and your own results. If white people did 10% of what y'all do, it would be considered a hate crime. But when they do it, it's called a movement. Yeah, no, sorry, we just learned how to...
There's a huge difference between black-only and white-only communities because with black people, we form these kind of communities out of either being forced into it through segregation and redlining, or we form them out of protection for each other. You get what I'm saying? And when white people do stuff like this, it's just silly because most neighborhoods in America are going to be white in the places that they want to live. You know what I mean? Like, this is a very white country. And the idea of a white-only community is ridiculous considering how white America is. Like, the majority of America has so many white neighborhoods. Like, these people are ridiculous because they feel like that since black and brown people are able to make it out of their circumstances and get out of poor neighborhoods or just move into neighborhoods that are predominantly white, they think that that's black people and brown people taking over when it's really not. And no, I don't want to live with these people, but unfortunately we're kind of forced to because they're literally all over the country, bro. And even if we do try and separate ourselves from them and just kick it by ourselves, they come in fucking shit up and burning everything.
But when they do it, it's called a movement. Yeah, no, sorry, we just learned how to play your own.
Okay, this video is about to be a little lengthy because this lady done flew over the cuckoo's nest. She cannot believe in her pea-brain mind, her smooth brain, that we actually give a damn if they go and set up their own communities. We do not care. They really think that they're bigger than the program. I don't know who made white people the authority or God. I don't know what they think, but it is absolute pure delusion. It has to be meth at this point. We don't give a damn. There's still sundown towns, over 100 sundown towns in this country right now in 2025. Let me show you what a sundown town is. A sundown town is a municipality or neighborhood within the United States that practices or once practiced a form of racial segregation characterized by intimidation, hostility, or violence among white people directed toward non-whites, especially against African Americans. The term sundown town derives from the practice of white towns then erecting signage alerting non-whites to vacate the area before sundown. Sundown towns might include entire sundown counties or sundown suburbs and have historically been strengthened by the local presence of the WHO, KKK. You can pause and read the rest. That still exists till this day. There was a young black girl that literally was she had to run home from work because she moved to a sundown town. I don't know who convinced her to go out there. She was chasing behind a man. She didn't know what she was getting herself into. Literally, a Uber put her out on the side of the road. She was scared for her life on live stream, crying profusely. People crowdfunded. I even sent her a donation to get her up out of that town. And this happened just a few months ago. This is still happening today. Y'all been segregating yourselves. And the reason why we are segregated is because we can't live amongst y'all because y'all won't leave us alone. And y'all been doing evil and demonic things to us since the inception of this country. Also, there's a little thing called redlining that y'all did. Let me tell you about that. Redlining is the discriminatory practice of denying services such as loans or insurance to residents of certain neighborhoods based on their race or ethnicity. Historically, this involved creating maps with red lines around predominantly minority neighborhoods, marking them as high risk and ineligible for investment. This practice resulted in significant economic and social disparities, particularly for black communities. So, Miss trying to destiny swap and play the fucking victim and act like black people give a fuck about us when we actually don't. Baby, you are never, ever, as long as I got breath in my body, gonna get your funky ass up on the internet and act like I'm you and you me. Because that's not how that's about to go. Y'all the ones that bombed our cities and flooded out our communities. We had so many thriving communities, not just Tulsa, Seneca Village in Central Park, Lake Lanier. There was communities all throughout New Orleans, Florida, California, Queen Khalifa, if you know, you know. We had thriving communities, but why we didn't succeed is because y'all literally committed domestic terrorism against us by dropping bombs, flooding it out, building highways through it, doing all sorts of things, going back on treaties, stealing, pillaging, doing what y'all do best. You all are so ashamed of your forefathers and you all's history that you are trying to co-opt and destiny swap with us and make it seem like we're the ones that have done you harm or that ran you out of places or that give a fuck about what you're doing. You don't see me. I would never come up to you in a costume and ask you where you are and why you over here. And you talking about gentrifying? Yes, because of redlining, we were forced into certain urban communities. We built it up. We created culture. We made them thrive. We kept them alive. And now that you all are feeling the brunt of society and the fucking Uncle Sam and student loans and money, y'all are moving into where we were forced to live to take it over. That's what the issue is as far as that goes, subsequently displacing us, and now we got to move out of our own neighborhoods because y'all come in and y'all drive up the fucking property value. When these were communities that we were forced to live in because of redlining. Like, bitch, you're not about, we don't give a fuck. I don't know who's making up this lie that black people care about what white people do. We do not care. Black people, if you made it to the end of this video, do you give a damn about white people having their own towns and communities? Do we care? Who is creating this narrative? This is a lot. Now they keep saying everything is the CIA, and I think this is a CIA operative. They paying y'all to get up here and say we care about y'all segregate. We don't give a damn. We want you to leave us alone. Don't let the fucking door split your way. Hit you, bitch. Go back to Russia. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. The fuck?
What do you guys think of this woman's video? First of all, I feel like we need to get into the truth of why Freedom Georgia was created. It wasn't like a separatist fantasy, for black people. That place was literally born out of necessity for black people. It was created as a safe haven, a response to centuries of anti-black violence, exclusion. When Freedom Georgia was created, it was mainly for protection and not segregation. And if you do not know, this new white-only town in Arkansas does not want black, does not want gay, does not want the Jews. So we can easily get the motive behind that. Black people built, Freedom Georgia, not because they hate anyone, but because history has shown them that they had to create what was not given to them. For a lot of us with the little history education, we know that there are so many things that were not made available for Black people. We are talking about safety. We are talking about ownership. Their future seems like something that wasn't certain because of how they were treated. And if we look at the white-only town in Arkansas and the way it is marketed as a place that Black people are not allowed, people who belong to the alphabet community, LGBTQ people are not allowed, Jews are not allowed, that is literally not them building that town out of fear, because there is a big difference between fleeing oppression and building it into a blueprint. So for her to compare a survival-based community like Freedom, Georgia, to a town that basically excludes anyone who is not white or straight, or even Christians, it's more like you are comparing like a hurricane shelter to a prison. Because one is meant to control, the other one is meant to protect. So it is very much different. Like just saying it like that on the surface level, you will think she is making a point, but Black people understand what it means when these people say they want a white town only. It is not actually shocking. We've read Sundown Towns. The gaslighting in that video is absolutely crazy, and that is the real Black fatigue, because these people constantly just try to recreate, rewrite history and start adding what is not, or just talking about history on the surface level without giving good nuances to what they are talking about. If Black people did that, they will easily call that reverse racism, but to them, they said they are preserving their culture. And one of the most asked questions since a lot of people watch the interview of the group of people that are building the white-only town is, what is white culture? You guys have consistently failed to let us know what white culture is, but then you guys will always go ahead to say that you are protecting your culture. Which culture specifically is that? It's just basically white supremacy trying to rebrand itself as fairness. A lot of people can see through that. So to the white woman that is making this false equivalence, and absolutely not, Freedom Georgia is not the same or equivalent to the white-only town that is currently being built in Arkansas, because one is rooted in community and survival, and the other one is rooted in exclusion and supremacy. So we can see through that. And until we can prove that these two things are not the same, this conversation we keep resurfacing. Some people do not want justice, they basically just want to control. And one of the points that was brought up in the very first video addressing this white-only town being built is that you can tell that these people fear being in a place where they don't feel like they are dominated. Being in a place where, they are questioning their superiority because that was the lie that has been told to them. So if they see a room or sight a room that they know that they are not going to be able to dominate there, they are going to stay far away. I do not think, according to what we have read, Freedom Georgia and this town is not the same. The reason for building this communities very much different. Let me hear what you guys think about this conversation, because this woman was saying it like she was making a good point, and honestly, if you sit down, if you watch that video just passing by, you will think she is making a point, but I genuinely do not think she is making a point. If you have had a little bit of time to read a bit history on all of this, you will know that that woman is not making a real point. She's just talking on the surface level. Let me hear what you guys think about our video in the comment section, and what you guys think about what people have been saying about our video, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.